Ever been a player who wears the Arsenal jersey, Lauren, that reminds you as much of Thierry Henry as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang does?
He's the one. I mean, he's the one. He's confident. He's the way to appear in the big games. We said that earlier on. He did it against Manchester City. He did it today when he took the penalty. You could see his face. He's confident. He's on his peak. And then he delivered when he's needed. And this time, I feel sorry for Zuma because he stepped where his 2 feet. You have to line up a little bit sideways because he will react early. But, I mean, he's a top player. Aubameyang is a top player with quick thinking in the last third. And also in the last part of the game, because sometimes when you're fresh, you have the brain to think and finish. But he had, in the last bit, on the second half, and, you know, he just plays it brilliantly. I mean, it's a top class. Arsenal have to do everything to keep him in order to climb position and fight for win the league next year and do it well in Europe.
That's the other thing I want to pick up from the interview. Was right at the end. The interviewer asked him, what's he thinking about his future? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang says, no, I'm not really thinking about it. I don't believe him entirely because the next season is literally just around the corner. Arsenal are going to be back at Wembley in about 28 days' time for the Community Shield against Liverpool, now as the FA Cup holders. So I'm sure things like this are already passing through his mind, Glenn. I know you said that Arsenal should try and keep him before the match started. Let me spin the question another way. Do you expect Arsenal to be able to keep him? Bearing in mind he's in his 30s. Yes, Arsenal have got Europa League football. But surely, as a footballer, when you know you're that good, you want Champions League football.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, like I said, I think it's two different equations. I think if you're Arsenal Football Club, you have to do anything possible to keep hold of him. I think as Aubameyang, like I say, he's 30. And look, Arsenal are not winning the league in the next 4 years. That's the fact. They're just not. They're miles away from it. So in 4 years' time, Aubameyang is not going to be the same player. So for him personally, if he wants to win trophies, it sounds silly after them winning the FA Cup, of course. But if he wants to be winning the league or playing in the Champions League, then of course he has to move on. But he seems to enjoy his football there. So and the thing is, these strikers, they're hard to come by. How many other, if you want to go and buy a striker now that's going to get you 20 goals a season, you're talking 100 million. And Arsenal have that player. So that's why I think as a club, they need to do what they can to keep him. Because look, Liverpool would take him, City would take him, United would take him, everyone would take him. So for him personally, I think he might look elsewhere, but he does seem to enjoy the lads and he does seem to enjoy Arsenal Football Club. So maybe he will stay.
I compared him just now to Thierry Henry, Lauren. Thierry Henry himself said goodbye to Arsenal at one point to join Barcelona. He obviously had bigger ambitions. What do you think about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and his future at Arsenal?
Yeah, Thierry wants to win the Champions League. Yeah, and then he went to Barcelona and finally he did it. And if you read behind what Pierre says, I don't know, I don't want to talk now, he's sending a message to the club to say, okay, if I stay next year, you have to strengthen the team in order to fight to win the league. Therefore, he says, we don't know, I don't know, I just want to enjoy it. He doesn't say, yes, I'm going to stay, because he's sending the message to the club. I mean, if they've done well, they won the FA Cup. Amongst that dressing room, it will give the belief that they need. And also Arteta, now he got that kind of power to talk to the ball and say, look, we're going to fight next year to win the league, but we need to strengthen the team.
Well, I mean, I look back at both of your careers, Glenn. Obviously, you left West Ham, you went to Chelsea. After that, you left Portsmouth and you went to Liverpool, arguably bigger clubs than where you were leaving and heading to. And I know, Lauren, you left, was it Sevilla? And then you joined Arsenal?
No, Mallorca.
Mallorca, and then you went to Arsenal. Big clubs, you became an invincible there. But the thing is, you were both at a younger age than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is now when you made those big moves. So, final question on this. Do you expect him, in your view as a pundit, that he will still be at the club next season and see out the season as well, because the transfer window is closing later? Glenn first.
You know what? I think he will stay. I do think he will. I think he loves the club. You can see his smiles when he's talking to the lads during the game, and he really seems like he's loving his football. I think it's going to be down to the simple fact is, do you want to have an opportunity of winning the Champions League? And if it's no, I'm happy at Arsenal, then so be it. I think he will stay. Because look, there's no guarantees, because he could leave, go to Real Madrid, and still not win the Champions League. You know, so it's not easy to jump from a position where you're enjoying your football, whether you're winning or not. Of course, every professional wants to win trophies and as many as possible, but there's no guarantees. So I see a smile on his face right now. I see his performances, and I think he will stay at Arsenal.
All right. Lauren, do you expect him to still be at Arsenal for the duration of next season at least?
I expect so, and I believe so, because have a look. 2 years ago, they were talking about he's going to move, he stayed, he was the top scorer. Last year, the same situation. He stayed, he was the top scorer. This year, the same situation, he stayed, the top scorer, 29 goals this year. That's telling you that he's committed, he's happy, as Glen says, and he loves the place. He's not playing for the money. Of course, we all play for money and success and win things, obviously, but there is something that is more than that. It's when you belong to a place that you're happy and you're loyal to the place. And he has shown that for the last 3 years. So that fact tells you that he's going to stay, and I hope that the club, you know, give him what he needs to keep him at the club and make him happy, because he's a top class player. You can't find that. You sell Aubameyang and then you have to spend 150 or whatever millions, and it doesn't guarantee that he's going to score the same goals as Aubameyang. So I think he's going to stay.
It's going to be a very interesting transfer window. We're going to go for a quick break. Gents, whenever we return.